Good morning, students. In today's class, I am going to teach you about jump statements in C. There are three jump statements that can be used in C program to direct the flow of execution from one part to the another part of the program. These are break, continue, and go to. When you execute your program, first of all, the statements coded inside main function body are executed. This means that the flow of direction is transferred inside the main function body when you execute your program, and the statements coded inside main function body from the very first statement, thereafter the second statement, and so on till the last statement inside the main function body are executed. This is the normal flow of execution of the program. But when you use selection construct in your program, then according to the condition that you have written with if keyword, if the condition is evaluated to be true, then the body of if selection construct gets executed. Otherwise, the flow of execution is transferred to the else part of that particular condition. When you use a loop construct inside main function body, then the flow of execution is entered inside the loop construct body when the condition of the loop construct gets evaluated as true, and the set of statements written inside the loop construct body from the very first statement to the last statement of the loop construct body gets executed, and then the flow of execution is transferred to the condition with the loop construct. If the condition becomes true, then the flow of execution enters inside the loop construct body again, and the statements inside the loop construct body from the very first line till the end of the loop construct body are processed, and thereafter again the flow of execution is transferred to the condition of the loop construct. In case of for loop construct, the flow of execution first of all processes the value statement of the variable, and then the condition of the for loop is evaluated to be true. If the condition evaluates as true, then the flow of execution enters inside the for loop construct body, and after processing all the statements from the very first line inside the for loop construct till the last statement of the for loop construct are processed, and then the flow of execution is directed to the new value statement of for loop, and then the flow of execution is directed to the condition of the for loop. If the condition becomes true, then again the flow of execution enters inside the for loop construct body, and all the statements inside the for loop construct are processed from the very first line till the last line of the for loop construct body, and again the flow of execution is directed to the new value statement of for loop, then the flow of execution is transferred to the condition of the for loop, and if the condition of the for loop gets evaluated as false, then the flow of execution is directed outside the for loop construct body. This is the normal flow of execution of your program. In case you want to transfer the flow of execution from one part to the another part by skipping some set of statements, then you can use these jump statements in your program. These jump statements are used by satisfying some predefined conditions. These conditions are: if you are using these jump statements in your program, please check that you are fulfilling these two conditions. First of all, the condition for using these jump statements in your program is they must be used inside a condition body. The next condition for using these jump statements in the program is they must be the last statement inside the condition body. These two conditions must be satisfied by you when you are using the jump statement in your program. If any of these two conditions is not followed or violated by you, then you may get error when you will compile your program. Now, you may have used break statement with the selection construct switch case. And there the statement break causes the transfer of flow of execution outside the switch case selection construct body. If you do not use break statement inside switch selection construct, then all the statements coded inside the switch body will get executed. The syntax that I have taught you for using switch case selection construct is as switch, and inside the parenthesis of switch you have to write a variable name, and then you have to start the body of switch selection construct, and then you have to write case keyword, and with case keyword you have to specify a value, and after typing colon operator you have to write the first case statement, the statements that will be executed when the first case is evaluated as true. And then after writing the statements that will be executed when the first case value matches the value of the variable, you have to write a break statement, and after writing break statement you have to start next case inside the switch case body, switch selection construct body. Then you have to write second value with case keyword, and after typing colon you have to write the second case statement, the statement that will be executed when the second value appearing with case matches with the value of the variable that you have written inside the parenthesis of switch selection construct. And after writing the second case statement, you have to write again break statement. These break statement causes the flow of execution to be transferred outside the switch selection construct body, and in the end you have to write default statement, and any of the statement that you have written either for the case or for the default will be processed, and the jump statement break will cause the flow of execution to be directed outside the switch selection construct body. This is one use of break jump statement, but you can also use break jump statements inside a loop construct body. If you want to transfer the flow of execution outside the loop construct body for a certain condition, then you can use break statement inside a loop construct body. I have taught you there are three loop construct in C as while loop construct, and the syntax of while loop construct is while, then you have to write the condition, and you have to start the body of while loop construct. Then you have to write the set of statements inside the while loop construct body, and you have to write a new value statement that will calculate a new value for the variable used with condition of the while loop. This is the general syntax of while loop, and if you are not using any jump statement inside the while loop construct body, then the normal flow of execution of while loop is as first of all the condition that you have written with while loop keyword will be checked, and if the condition results as true, then the flow of execution enters inside the while loop construct body, and the set of statement that you have coded here as the very first statement inside the while loop construct will be executed, and thereafter the next statement inside the while loop construct body will be executed, and then the last statement will be executed, and after executing the last statement inside the while loop construct, the flow of execution is transferred to the condition of the while loop construct, and the condition is checked. If the condition evaluates as true, then the flow of execution is again transferred inside the while loop construct body, and the first statement inside the while loop construct body will be executed, and thereafter the second statement inside the while loop construct body will be executed, and so as the last statement inside the while loop construct body will be executed, and after executing the last statement inside the while loop construct body, the flow of execution is transferred to the condition that you have written with the while keyword of the while loop construct, and if the condition now becomes false, the flow of execution is transferred outside the while loop construct body. This is the general or normal flow of execution of while loop. But you can use break statement satisfying the two given conditions that I have written in above screen to direct the flow of execution for a certain condition outside the loop construct body without processing some set of statements coded inside the while loop construct body. And if you are using a break statement inside the while loop construct body, then the syntax of while loop construct including the break jump statement will appear as while condition statements the first condition of using any of the jump statement is that they can be used inside a condition body, and for this you have to use any of these selection construct that I have taught you earlier in your classes. And one of the selection construct that I have taught you in the classes is if selection construct, and here you have to use the break statement. This second condition of using any of the jump statement is there must be the last statement inside the condition body. Hence, the while loop construct syntax when jump statement break is used appears as I have written here. You have to use the while loop syntax when you are using break statement inside while loop as presented here. There is second loop that you can use in your C program is do while. Do while loop syntax appears as the syntax of do while loop is as I have written here. When you execute your program that uses do while loop, then when the compiler will be processing your do while loop, the flow of execution enters inside the do while loop construct body without checking any condition, and the very first statement inside the do while loop is executed, then the next statement inside the do while loop is executed. Thereafter, the last statement inside the do while loop body is executed, and after executing the last statement inside the do while loop, the condition that you have written with while keyword is evaluated, and if the condition evaluates as true, then the flow of execution is directed to the very first statement of do while loop body, and after processing the very first statement inside the do while loop body, the flow of execution is transferred to the next statement inside the do while loop body, and so on. The last statement inside the do while loop is executed, and after executing the last statement inside the do while loop, the condition that you have written with while keyword for the do while loop is evaluated, and if the condition evaluates as true, then the flow of execution is transferred again to the very first statement inside the do while loop, and all the statements inside the do while loop is executed sequentially from the very first statement to the last statement inside the do while loop body, and then the condition of the do while loop is checked, and if the condition evaluates as false, the flow of execution is transferred outside the do while loop body. When you will use break a statement inside do while loop, then the do while loop syntax appears as I have taught you in this video lecture, that you have to satisfy two conditions if you are using break or any of the jump statement in the program. One, the first condition of using the jump statement is they must be used inside a condition body, and the second condition of using jump statement is there must be the last statement inside the condition body. These two conditions must be fulfilled by you when you are using any of the jump statement in the program, and the syntax of do while loop appears as when you are using break jump statement in the program inside the do while loop. The entire do while loop syntax appears as I have written here in the screen. These two conditions must be fulfilled by you when you are using any of the jump statement in the program. If you are using break statement inside while loop or do while loop, then when the condition appearing with if keyword evaluates as true, the flow of execution enters inside the condition body, and the first statement inside the condition body will be executed, and all the statements inside the if selection construct body will be executed, and in the end, when the compiler processes the jump statement break, the flow of execution is transferred outside the loop body by skipping the statements coded for the loop statement after the break statement. Similarly, when the compiler is processing your do while loop in the program, and if the compiler encounters the break statement inside the do while loop, then the flow of execution is transferred outside the do while loop body. This means that when the flow of execution enters inside the do while loop body, then the very first statement inside the do while loop body gets executed, and then the next statement inside the do while loop body is executed, and when the compiler encounters a condition appearing with if selection construct, it processes and evaluates the condition, and if the condition becomes true, the flow of execution enters inside the if selection construct body, and the very first statement inside the condition body is executed, and all the statements appearing here are executed, and if the compiler encounters a break jump statement, the flow of execution is directed outside the do while loop body by skipping the statements written below the break statement and inside the do while loop body. In this video lecture, I have taught you about break jump statement, and in next video lecture I will teach you about using continue statement in your program and what is the use of using continue statement in your program. And if the time remains, then I will also teach you in my next video lecture about the use of go to statement.